News stories that may not be on your radar, but they should be. The popularity of Netflix's The Tiger King has prompted the Florida sheriff investigating the cold case disappearance of Carol Baskin's husband, Jack Don Lewis, to seek out new leads. Contrary to the saying, all publicity is not good publicity, especially if that publicity opens a potential murder investigation. Joe Exotic just may get his wish of seeing Baskin go to jail someday. Of course, he'll be watching that news from a TV in prison himself. But if you saw the Tiger King, you know that's a trade he would probably make. Besides, you know he's probably living his polygamous best life right now. In other news, an Australian astrophysicist was hospitalized after getting 4 magnets stuck up his nose while attempting to invent a device that stops people from touching their faces during the coronavirus pandemic. There you see the photo. That's perfect. This is proof that book smart and common sense can be mutually exclusive. He's going to hear about this one at the next Mensa meeting. It could have been worse, though. His kids could have used his nose to pin their report cards to the fridge. Actually, you know what? No, that's a lie. That couldn't be any worse. In other news, a Ward 7 Advisory Neighborhood Commission virtual meeting was interrupted by the sounds of moans, fart noises, and chirping bird sounds. Now you see why we don't take live callers on the show. The virtual meeting administrators had no luck identifying which caller was a 7th grader on the inside, but I have to give style points for using modern technology to make a prank call. That's both vintage and inventive trolling. And finally, a new dating website and app called Quarantine Together has been created to help people make love connections while social distancing by texting and video chatting. Now, I'm pretty sure every dating site is doing this right now, but whatever. Catering to the quarantined is gold. The longer people are stuck indoors, the thirstier they become. Somebody is going to meet their future ex-husband on this app. Let me know what you think of these stories using the hashtag GetUpDC. Right now, let's go to Howard for a check of your forecast.